Okay, so we are recording. This is Divya, and she's actually going to be presenting and demoing her work that she's done for Ushahidi Crowdmap for Guyana deaf community. So Divya, take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Rose. So I'll be beginning with my presentation. Let me just share my screen here. So my screen is visible now. So the project which I was assigned was crowdsourcing for the Guyana deaf community. This project is based on Ushahidi basically,
Divya,
and the team, yeah,
Divya, we don't see your screen.
yes,
Now we do.
pardon?
Okay, go ahead. Now we do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the project which I was assigned was crowdsourcing for the Guyana deaf community, and this is the team. I had the mentors as Rose Robinson, Julia Prof, and Jennifer Parak. Julia and Jennifer worked on Ushahidi last year, implementing it for Azerbaijan, and I actually forked that one and worked on it further to modify it for Guyana. The other mentors were from Ushahidi itself, Angela and Linda, and I was the only student who was working on the Ushahidi Guyana project. So let's talk a bit about what the project is about. It is a crowdsourcing
Divya,
portal.
Divya, so sorry to interrupt, but you can present. If you go ahead and present at the top of your presentation, click the present button.
Um, uh, is it not visible? Yeah,
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 right there.
okay.
There you go.
All
Thank
right, actually, I had to change the screen, so I'm sorry. So, about the project description, this project is for the Peace Corps volunteers in Guyana. They have been posted there to provide educational services to differently able students who are unable to hear. So, as we know that Peace Corps assign some volunteers at different places for providing some services. These PCVs have some tenure and they work for some time there, and then they may be replaced by new PCVs, or they may be posted to some other place. So it is necessary to have a portal on which the reports of the students who have to be taught can be maintained, so that all the PCVs can work seamlessly and they can provide their services in an efficient manner. So we are using Ushahidi for this, which is an open source crowdsourcing platform. It has been used in several such initiatives, and it was also used in Sisters for Azerbaijan, so it was the perfect choice for this project. Um, so the goals of this project were especially related to how we can manage data related to the students. So I'll just escape from this presentation and show you part of my proposal which I proposed. These goals were related to what I proposed in the proposal. So I was working on the student report submission, where we would submit the report of the student, then the reports would be listed, and then there will be a student profile. We could flag locations, send alerts, and download or upload reports in CSV and XML formats. So Ushahidi already has a lot of features which support all this, and it had to be modified in such a way that it could be helpful for the PCBs in Guyana. So this was my proposal in which I suggested how to do all this. So I'll start demoing this in just a while. The other goals were related to glass. When the project began, that is after the selection for GSoC, I was told that Google Glass would also be used in this project, which was a really amazing addition. So the goals related to Google Glass were shooting a video and posting it to the Ushahidi portal, the one which we'll be using for Guyana, posting the video to YouTube, and also populating the videos on a map, the map which will be shown to the PCVs. So this was also a great learning experience for me because it was my first experience with glass. So let me just start with a demonstration. to display some of my work which I've done. So uh, this is the portal. I'll be using two logins here to demonstrate the work. One will be the admin login and the other will be a simple member login which would be used by any PCV. So supposing that a PCV logs in uh, on this portal and goes to his or her dashboard. Uh, he or she can see the My Report section where this person can create a report. So this report is actually related to the needs of the student, which has been identified and needs to be provided some educational services. So this is a form which has been specifically designed for the students who will be identified. In this, I'll just show how to populate the form. Like for example, if we have a child named uh, Janice Adams, and there are some categories which can be selected. For example, a teacher is needed, and then immediate attention is needed, and healthcare is needed. The name is again Janice Adams, age is 7, roll number as decided by the Peace Corps could be A34, and the gender can be female. Knows English and basic maths. Help with science. So stationery required? No. Yes. So here I have populated this form with some details, and then I could submit this or save this report. So this report has been submitted, but since this has been done with the member login, a person who has control over the site using the admin login will be able to verify or approve these reports. So if the admin logs in and looks at the reports, dictate range is okay. Oh. Yes. Yeah, so here on the dashboard, which the admin uses, you can see the reports which have been submitted. So recently we've got this report by the name of Janice Adams. So the admin can view this report and can see all the details and can also change them and then save the report. The admin also needs to approve or verify the report so that it is visible to everyone on the deployment. So we could verify and approve this report, and thus this report will be visible to everyone. So if we go back to the front page of the deployment, we can see that the reports are populated on this map. And I've used flagging of the locations for the immediate attention needed and healthcare needed, so that these locations can be identified, so that we can know that these places need attention. So this way we can find such places. Next on. Next on, I worked on importing some files, which could be XML or CSV files, so that these can be uploaded. Like if the PCBs have maintained the data in XML or CSV files, then we could directly import those files, and this can be done here. I forgot to show one thing. Yes, forgot to show one thing at that point of time, that this report, I had to show the status of this, that it was awaiting approval and awaiting verification when it was not verified and approved. But now it has been verified and approved, so it won't be showing up in this category. Yes, so in this, the CSV and the XML part, this functionality was already there in Ushahidi, but they had me to make some changes because I was using some custom fields in the default form. So I made some changes and made it work for CSV and XML. But but the issue was that, uh, just a minute. Yes, the issue was that in CSV sometimes for some fields the reports could not be uploaded. So I searched for this, and it was a bug listed on Shahidi, and some work was done on it. So I implemented the fix which they suggested for that, but it still remains. Like there are some errors in the CSV upload, but in the XML upload it is working fine. Next, in the report listing, I had worked on the report listing and I was hard coding it, as my mentors know about this. And they suggested that I should make it such that the admin is able to change the settings on the report listing page. So the report listing page is this one. Like we wanted to show some details here, which should be related to the students, and the entries which are shown here should be controllable by the admin in the settings panel. So this is work under progress, and this has not yet been completed. So I would like to carry forward this work. Um, Next, sending alerts. In sending alerts, I was working on this, and I again faced an issue in the actions. That is, in actions, what is happening is uh, that the email send address reverts back to the triggering user, and it does not send to the email address which would be of the site user or of somebody who would be controlling the alerts. So this issue is still what I am working on. After this, I would like to demonstrate what I've done with glass. So start. Yeah, so on glass, I had to record a video and then share it on. Sorry, it's just begun. Just give me a minute, please. Hi, so sorry about the delay. So what I've built is glassware for recording videos and I lost bar here. Sorry. Is this visible somehow?
A little bit further up. Your mobile. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
Sorry. So what I've built is a glassware in which we'll be recording videos and it will be stored to the storage in the glass. So let me just demonstrate this. I hope you can see. I'm going to show demo and then on clicking this, I'm choosing the glassware, Guyana Deaf Community. On clicking this, I'll be able to record a video. Hi. Yeah, so after recording this video and tapping to accept, this will be saved to the storage in the glass. So just let me show how it is stored there. Yeah. Um, yeah, so I'm sharing my screen. Um, so here in the glasses storage, we can see that the video has been recorded and saved. And let me just demonstrate the video here. So this is the video which was recorded. Till now, I've been able to store this to the storage on glass. Now, next, what we want to do is to upload it to YouTube. So, I was studying a lot about how to use that, but there are some technical issues. So, what I came up with was uploading it to Drive. So, the user will have an email ID, a Gmail ID associated with the account for the glass and the Android phone or the iPhone that that person is using to pair it with the My Glass app. So we'll be using the Drive account associated with that Gmail address, and then we'll be uploading the video to that. So I'm working on that, and a lot of it has been done. So from the Drive, we could share it to Ushahidi if not directly to YouTube. Then from the Drive, we could upload it to YouTube. So let me stop this. Yes, yeah. So, talking about the challenges which were faced here was, as I said, that I faced challenges in the actions in Ushahidi because of some issues with the triggering user. The alerts have not been correctly implemented. That is, the email ID which should receive the alerts is not receiving it. I am working on that, and I tried a lot to correct the issue with the triggering user. But I've raised this issue, and I'm also getting help from my mentors on this. Then making the settings for student listings editable in the admin panel. This is a very interesting issue, and this is also such a very nice feature to implement here. And this is also work under progress. And then uploading video to YouTube, just as I explained. So the further goals would be to overcome the challenges and then to show the resources on the wiki. Till now, the resources on the site are shown in this way. I added a page here to the main site so that a simplistic guide for the PCBs can be added here, which would, yes,
So we,
please pass.
are you sharing your screen? 'Cause I don't see
Sorry,
anything.
stopped. Yeah, so I've added this resources page here to the main site so that the PCBs can use this as a guide for themselves and for the new coming PCBs. But as Rose suggested, that we could make it into a something like a wiki to which all the PCBs could contribute and also update the information so that it would be even more useful. So we started working on Doku Wiki, and there was an issue with the security of DokuWiki and also version control. And as those suggested, that it would be better if we had version control for this training manual. So now we'll be working for the readthedocs.org or something like Wikispaces, and we'll be implementing the wiki there. So this will be a very helpful training manual for the PCBs at Guyana. Next, we will also be working on glass integration such that the Google glassware is completely integrated with the site, and the PCBs are easily able to shoot videos and then post it to the deployment, and it can be populated on the map. So the this project, it has been really nice and challenging, and a very great experience because it was my first time of GSoC, and I got very nice mentors. So I made a lot of mistakes here, but the point was that I learned a lot as I corrected them, and uh, there were a lot of additions here like Google Glass, and then the wiki, and a lot of features which my mentor suggested that I could do them better. So the project did change its path along the way, but it was just for the better. And it would be great to carry this forward. And I would love to work on all the challenges which are still there, and also to integrate Google Glass very efficiently here, and thus make it very useful for the PCVs at Guyana.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. You can stop sharing. And then, so that's amazing work. And I
Okay.
love the fact that you just kept going. Somebody must have turned off the lights or the power went out. I love that. Um,
Yeah.
and the read the docs, a lot of the other teams are using that as well, and it really has a nice integration with Git as well. So we can have the version control you're looking at, and so that would be really great
Yeah.
to integrate that. That's perfect about the Google Glass, even though we had some issues with the shipping, so I'm glad that that worked out.
Yeah.
And your mistakes are really learning opportunities, right? So I'm glad you saw it that way. And it's always it's always a great, even though you think it's a mistake, it's always great to see it as something that you've learned, something that maybe you don't do the next time, or maybe you can do it better the next time. So
Yeah.
good job, Divya. Overall, even the application itself, I know that once the Peace Corps gets a handle on it, they definitely will provide some great content for their community, just the Peace Corps volunteers. I know that they've been needing this type of tool for a very long time. So what's the next step? Julia is working with our IT team to make sure that we get all of the latest code and make sure it's up on our sister server. We'll work with Peace Corps. We can host it for a while until they're ready to host it. We're partnering with them, so that's fine. And then we need to push it out to the general Peace Corps. So we need to get some kind of coordination, I guess, organized with Peace Corps. with Peace Corps.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. And make sure that we get more Peace Corps volunteers around to utilize it. One of the things, so when they log in, can they set their own country and then it will zoom in to their specific country? Is that how it works? Yeah, okay.
Yes. As we discussed this before in the last meeting, yes, of course, they can change the country, but it is possible through the admin panel as of now. Because as Julia told me, that these projects are generally country specific. That is, Peace Corps would send their volunteers to a particular country for some specific work.
Yeah,
So, and this project is being done for a specific kind of a project in a particular country.
yeah.
So yes, like Azerbaijan one was country specific. This one is also country specific.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense to only view the reports in that country if you open up that deployment. So yes, only that country shows up. If the thing which you are suggesting is that the members should be able to choose the country, I am supposing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think like if a member is choosing a country by himself or herself, then there should be some reports also there to make it useful for that person, so
Yeah.
that that person does not have to scroll away to the country or region where he or she can find some reports.
Yeah.
So that could be another application which could be a combined map for
Mm-hmm.
reports all over the country,
Yeah.
all over the world, sorry, all the world, and then a person could just choose the country on the home page and thus view the reports or the projects associated with that country. This was something which I suggested in the other proposal which I submitted for GSoC.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Guyana one was the more preferred one because it was needed at the time for production. So yes, this made a lot of sense to work on a country-specific project as of now. But yes, I see a lot of possibility in such a project in which the member can choose a country, because then there won't be have to be deployments for separate countries, and also we could also have the project choosing as well, because Peace Corps has a lot of various projects, like it could be related to education or healthcare or any other kind of services. So if a Peace Corps, we could think about this, that if a Peace Corps volunteer visits such a deployment, then he or she should be able to choose the kind of project which he or she wants to volunteer for, and then also the country or the region where the person wants to volunteer at.
Yeah.
So by this, we could, show specific reports related to that country and the project. But the good part will be that it would not be restricted to just one country. It would be showing reports all over the world wherever such projects are going on.
Like, and did we fork, and maybe this is a question for Julia and Andrea and Angela, but did we fork from Ushahidi's Crowdmap, and then we did our customization, or how did we, or we did a full implementation of our, do you remember, Julia? Yes. So we forked from Ushahidi's 2.x, and then we're customizing that as well. So maybe this is a proposal also that we need to submit for, because I think it's useful not just for us and what we're trying to do, but I think it's useful for Ushahidi overall. Maybe we just need to, talk to Angela about that, since she's and how to go about that as well. So, but overall, Divya, thank you so much for the amazing work that you did this summer. And I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. I loved the communications that we were with Lori and Rachel.
Yeah.
So we're working around that as well and trying to be more inclusive. So I really appreciate the accessibility component to this project. So
Yeah.
just a hats off to the entire team for being inclusive. So any questions? Anything any questions at all that you want to?
No questions as of now. Just that I will be continuing working on the issues and the work which is yet uncompleted, especially related to glass, because what has been done till now is like half of the work, and half of the work still remains. So, but it is a great thing to work on, because it is the first kind of an integration with Ushahidi, Google Glass, and Ushahidi.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be a really amazing thing to work on. And I would, there's a little bit of issues which are remaining with Ushahidi. I would complete those.
Okay.
And about the thing which we just discussed, the projects and the countries to be in one deployment, I would just send you a link to the other proposal which I submitted, so that if you want to discuss with Peace Corps or with the people at Sisters, then maybe it would help, and then you could come up with a new project maybe for the next GSoC or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now come to a stopping point, because it is a firm pencil down on Friday. Make sure that
Yeah.
you get your PR submitted, and don't forget about your student evaluations. You must complete a student evaluation, and I will do my part to make sure that all the mentors will submit their evaluations as well, and then you should be all set. So make sure you get your PRs, and Julia, I guess, work with the mentors to get that code review in within the next week so that we can, migrate it over. And then we would definitely want to put whatever Divya has worked on our server, so that we can at least push it out as soon as we get the server ready and going. We've got to do a little bit more work on it to get it just right, but we can at least get it ready for at least some user testing. Anything else, Julia, you can think of? Okay. All right, great. All right, well, Divya, great work. And
Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you to the mentors as well. We appreciate you. We definitely could not do this program without them, our mentors. So big thank you to them. And have a great day. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Julia. Bye-bye.
Bye.